Hi guys. I don't know about you, but being at home all week, I've been sitting around a lot and my back is starting to feel it. So I thought today we'd do a little yoga practice to unwind some tension from around our spines and loosen up our backs. So all you need today is a pillow, and you might not even need it, but you might want it. So grab a pillow, put it up at the front of your mat, okay, and we're going to be on our knees for the next 10 minutes or so. So if you feel like you want a little padding under your knees or a little extra cushion there, grab a blanket, fold it up however you want to, put it across your mat, and go ahead and get yourself settled on hands and knees. Again, that pillow is just right up at the front if you want to grab it. If you don't love being on your wrists like this, if this doesn't feel great, I often offer in class knuckles, so you can come up on your fists, and the fist is just there, the thumb's like a little kickstand in front. So you can do that if you'd like, or grab that pillow and you can come down on your forearms on the pillow, and that can be a little more comfortable for some people. So however you feel good. I'm not going to use the pillow, but again, feel free if you want to. Okay? And just take a peek down and make sure your knees are about under your hips, wrists about under your shoulders. Okay, close enough. And we're going to start out with just a little cat pose and cow pose. So if you've been in yoga class before, you've almost certainly done this. Okay, it's just arching your spine up towards the ceiling, okay, and then down towards the floor. And you can close your eyes while we do this. We're going to link it up with breath a little bit. So when you breathe in, you're coming forward. Okay, your tailbone tilts up, your heart reaches forward, your belly drops down. And when you exhale, curl your tail under, round your spine up towards the ceiling, hang your head. Okay. Back and forth. Breath in, lift your head and tail, drop your belly down. Breath out, curl the other way. And just start to listen to the rhythm of your breath and let it guide you here. See if it feels comfortable to start each movement at the base of your spine. So when you breathe in, your tail lifts first, then your belly drops, then your chest lifts, your head lifts. Okay, when you exhale, your tail curls, and then it just kind of rounds up your back until your head hangs. And just feel into that. If that works for you, okay, go back and forth like that. If your spine needs to move a little differently, okay, honor that. And feel into the stretch. Front of the spine, back of the spine. And you can invite a little pause if you'd like to, at the beginning or end of each pose. And then when you're ready, start to come off the center line a little. So you can wag your hips side to side. Feel into your side waist, your side ribs. Maybe do that a few times. You can circle your hips around. Make circles, even figure eights if you want to get a little more playful with it. You can see if you can try to draw figure eights in the air with your hips. And then let your shoulders move into it too. Feel your shoulder blades kind of gliding around on your back. If you want to take a moment to stretch a leg out behind you, okay, feel free. Anything that feels good here. We all have an inner compass that we can listen to, be guided by. Okay, so just follow that direction. What does your body need? Where do you need more space? Where can you welcome more breath? And we'll take a few more breaths time like this. We're going to meet down in a child's pose. So if you love child's pose, you want to rush right there, go ahead. If you want a few more breaths worth of movement, take that. Okay, when you do get into your child's pose, your knees can go a little wider. If you'd like, your big toes can come towards each other, and you just settle your hips down towards your heels. Okay, for those who want a little more support, you can grab your pillow here, slide it underneath your belly, okay, and then come down. And once you settle into your child's pose, okay, taking your breath into your low back, okay, really feeling a broadening sensation. Okay, just above your hips, bottom of your spine, inhalations, filling into that space, and when you exhale, the weight of your hips just softening down towards your heels a little bit more. If you took your hands underneath your head, if you stacked your arms or your hands, go ahead and unfold them. Reach your fingertips towards the front of your mat. We're going to add a little side stretch to this. So go ahead and walk your hands over to the left. Okay, and really drop your weight down into the right side of your hips. So your right side is rooted, and then you're reaching your hands away from that space, stretching through your right side body. And let your breath fill right side waist, up through your rib cage, under your arm. Some people even feel this out through their fingertips. When you're ready, walk your hands over through center and then right over to the other side. So hands are going to the right. Drop your weight down into your left hip. Okay, root there, rise out of that space. Breathe into left side body. And come back over through center when you're ready. And we're coming back up to table pose. Back up to hands and knees. If you had a pillow under your belly, move it out of the way. Okay, if you want to come to forearms on the pillow, if you feel like you need that for your wrists, go ahead. And just before we move into thread the needle, take a few more cycles of cat and cow. Okay, just back and forth, right on the center line. Feel your pelvis really tilting each way. Forward and back, breaking up tension in your lower back. Okay, those tight tissues that get a little stuck there. This tilting of the pelvis just helps break some of that up. Okay, and then slowly coming back to a neutral spine. And take a little peek down if your knees are a little wider. Bring them again back underneath your hips, wrists about underneath your shoulders. If you're down on your forearms, come up onto your hands just for this time. Okay, and we're going to keep left hand grounded down. Okay, take a nice deep breath. Reach your right arm up. Okay, turn your heart to the right side. Stack your shoulders. When you exhale, come on through and under and reach out to the left side. Okay, and then we're going to do that again. Nice deep breath. Unwind. Reach up. Exhale. Come on through. Reach, 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 reach. Okay, and one more time. Take a nice deep breath. Reach up. Okay, and then exhale. Reach under. Okay, and you can come as low as you'd like here. If you feel like you want a little support for under your head or your shoulder, just unwind for a moment. Bring your pillow back really close, okay? And then come down and through again, and you can rest your head there. You can pull it as close as you need to rest it underneath head and or your right shoulder, okay? Your left arm can stay under the pillow if you're using it. It can come in front of your face. It can reach overhead towards the front of your mat, so your bicep comes over your ear. You get a nice little side body opening in this, okay? If you'd like, you want a little more twist, take a breath, bring your arm up towards the ceiling. Okay, when you exhale, bend your elbow, bring your hand down to your lower back or to your right hip. And we're going to take about 3 breaths here. A nice big breath in. Wherever your left arm landed is fine. Okay, right for your body. Okay, exhaling fully. Let's do one more cycle of breath in and out. Okay, if your hand was behind your back, reach it back up first, then come back down. If your hand was overhead, just slide it in. Okay, press into your left hand, unwind. Okay, if you have a pillow there, scooch it forward a little so you have space to move on this other side. We're going to ground the right hand down. Take your left arm, nice deep breath. Sweep up, stack your shoulders, reach your heart to the left. Exhale, come down and under. Okay. Deep breath in again. Reaching up, stack your shoulders. Exhale, come on down. Okay. And one more time. Breathing in, reaching up. Okay. Exhale, come through, lower down. If you want that pillow, again, it can scooch underneath you a little bit. Okay. Your right arm lies in front of you. It can come overhead, reaching long, okay? Or you can reach up towards the ceiling and then down to your lower back or over to your left hip. Your right shoulder is really tilting back in space, okay, wherever you are. If you have your hand or arm on the floor, press into the floor a little to tilt back. If you have your arm overhead, tilt that shoulder back a little bit. And if you have your arm behind you, tilt back a little bit. And let's take 2 or 3 more breaths, in and out. And then if your arm is behind you, unwinding. Okay, again, if it's overhead, just slide it in a little bit. Press into that palm. Okay. Unwind, take yourself back to table pose. Move your pillow out of the way now. And we're just going to end with a little puppy pose. So your hands are going to walk forward. Your chest is going to melt down. Hips stay above your knees, okay? So they're not going to come back like they would for child's pose. Hips are going to stay up. As hands walk forward, chest melts down. Try to plug into your hands and keep your elbows lifted. If you need to bring your forearms down to the floor, you can, okay? But if you can put some activation in those arms, really kind of plug into your palms, try to do that. Soften your shoulders. Forehead can come down to the floor if you'd like, or chin can come down to the floor. Tilt your tailbone up and back towards the wall behind you, towards the ceiling. Long through your spine. Take a few nice deep breaths. Okay, and then slowly slide yourself back. You can come back to child's pose. Okay, you can bring your hands under your head if you'd like. Take a few breaths in child's pose. Or come back up to table pose. Okay. Or you can come down onto your belly or roll onto your back for a little bit more. Okay. And that's it. That's a nice quick unwinding for the spine. Okay. So you can do that a few times if you'd like. Spend as much time as you want in cat and cow. Get yourself loosened up. And I hope you feel better after that. Bye-bye.